YouTube लाइव सेशन में हमारा आज का टॉपिक है Barclays and Goldman also ruled out rate cut in 2023. First, Barclays and Goldman in sync with Fed on rates. Recently, interest rate strategists from Goldman Sachs formed a consensus with those at Barclays. इनफैक्ट दोनों ने अपने कस्टमर्स को एडवाइस दिया है कि ये कम से कम 2023 में यूएस फेडरल रिजर्व द्वारा इंटरेस्ट रेट में कोई कटौती नहीं करने के लिए खुद को तैयार करें. दिस इज इन सिंक विथ व्हाट द फेड हैज स्टेटेड इन द स्टेटमेंट अर्लियर दिस मंथ. Fed has made it clear in the statement that while a pause in rates was possible, any rate cut in 2023 were totally ruled out. This is in contrast to the market view. The CME Fed Watch, which uses Fed futures prices to calculate probabilities of rate hikes, has pegged rate cuts of 100 bps in 2023 and another 100 bps in 2024. Fed has some company in that. Both Goldman Sachs and Barclays are of the view that rates will not be cut in 2023. Now, why hawkish Fed policies are likely to pause? On May 3rd, Fed Chair Jerome Powell had made a rather cryptic statement on rates. He said that we are closer or maybe even at the peak of the rate cycle. However, even after raising Fed rates by a full 500 bps from the COVID lows, Powell had refused to speculate on the terminal rates, simply indicating that they would be data-driven. However, experts are now increasingly and openly questioning this wisdom of rate hikes in an economy where inflation has considerably tapered and growth for the first quarter GDP has fallen to 1.1%. To add to these problems, the banking crisis is also making the situation more complicated, as it is not estimated that the banking crisis could spread among the plethora of mid-sized banks and have an impact on growth drivers. अब यहाँ तक कि पवेल ने भी एडमिट किया है that while job gains have been robust, that consumption spending was also being hit. Housing investments have been at a low for a very long time. Powell also now feels that further tightening could only lead to an economic slowdown, which could result in further joblessness. और वैसे भी यूएस इस समय मंदी यानी रिसेशन के खतरे को कम करना चाहता है. Now, the question is why Goldman and Barclays rule out rate cuts in 2023. Last month, economists at Goldman Sachs had estimated that the Fed would finally hit the pause button on monetary tightening by June 2023. This forecast was backed by hints that banks were already reining in lending post the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank. हालांकि इंस्टीट्यूशंस जैसे बैंक ऑफ अमेरिका ने उस समय प्रेडिक्ट किया दैट द फर्दर इंटरेस्ट रेट हाइक्स ड्यूरिंग द ईयर सिंस इन्फ्लेशन वाज स्टिल सोरिंग एट डबल द टारगेट वैल्यू. The latest thinking from Goldman Sachs is that in 2023, at least rate cuts were totally ruled out. This is in contrast to what the CME Fed Watch is suggesting. In fact, Goldman has even kept the possibility of more rate hikes, likely while maintaining that the US Fed was close to peak rates. Furthermore, the recent futures positioning data from the Commodity Future Trading Commission suggests that hedge funds expect the Fed to keep rates higher for longer. That means current rates may stay through 2023. The inflation gauges for April are set to be released this week, and the positioning around policy pricing will be determined on the results of the datasets. But hawkishness may continue for now. आपके लिए ये था हमारा आज का लाइव सेशन ऑन Barclays and Goldman also rule out rate cut in 2023. नेक्स्ट सेशन में मिलते हैं न्यू टॉपिक के साथ. मीन टाइम सब्सक्राइब करें हमारा यूट्यूब चैनल blinkX.